All right, buckle up, because this is about to be more electrifying than a double espresso injected straight into your ambition. Let us kick this off with a brain-zapping truth bomb. If motivation were a person, it would be that flaky friend who says they are 5 minutes away but still has their towel on and has not brushed their teeth. You know the one. Motivation is unreliable, dramatic, and shows up late to your life's most important moments. Yet somehow, we are all still waiting around for it like it is Beyonce on a comeback tour. But what if I told you that you could summon motivation like a wizard with a protein shake wand and a PhD in psychology? No fluff, no crystals, no chanting naked in the woods, unless you are into that, in which case, please stay away from public parks. Here is the deal. Motivation is not magic. It is not a feeling that descends from the heavens while you stare into your fridge hoping the spinach will cook itself. Motivation is a chemical reaction, a strategy, a hackable system. The science behind motivation is juicier than a soap opera starring your prefrontal cortex and your dopamine receptors. Basically, your brain is like a moody CEO that only approves actions when it sees value, reward, or at least some cake at the end. So, how do you convince your inner CEO to stop doom scrolling and start doing? That is what we are unpacking faster than you can say procrastination is my cardio. Let us start with dopamine, the VIP backstage pass to motivation. Contrary to popular belief, dopamine is not the reward itself. It is the anticipation of the reward. That little molecule lights up when your brain thinks something good is about to happen. Imagine you smell pizza from 2 blocks away. That surge of excitement. That is dopamine whispering, yes, my carb-loving comrade, destiny awaits. Now apply that to goals. Your brain releases dopamine not when you complete the task, but when it predicts a win. Which means the key to motivation is not waiting to feel ready. It is tricking your brain into thinking the reward is close, delicious, and maybe covered in cheese. So here is hack number 1. Break the mountain into molehills. The brain hates climbing metaphorical Everest, but it will happily skip up a molehill if there is a dopamine snack at the top. Instead of saying, I will write a novel, say, I will write a terrible sentence. That is it. One ugly sentence. Your brain sees that as low risk, low effort, and surprisingly doable. And because you started, dopamine says, oh, wow, look at us being productive, and it rewards you just for moving. Starting creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation. And next thing you know, you are 87 pages deep and crying over a fictional dog named Buster. Now, let us talk about action versus inspiration, the battle royale of self-help. Most people wait to feel inspired before they act. That is like waiting for your cat to vacuum the house. It is not happening. Science says action comes first. Psychologist Dr. Tim Pitchell calls this the action bias. Basically, when you take a small step, even if you feel like a wet sock, your brain recalibrates and says, oh wait, we are doing the thing? I guess we are the kind of people who do things now. This creates a feedback loop where behavior shapes identity. You act productive, your brain believes you are productive, and then you become productive, like a reverse imposter syndrome with better snacks. Need to move fast? Then let us sprinkle in the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, which is not about food you dropped on the floor. Although let us be honest, most of us take the risk. Her version is this: when you feel the impulse to act, count backward from 5, then move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. It works because it interrupts your brain's overthinking cycle. Instead of debating with your inner couch potato, you cut the conversation short and lunge into action like a caffeinated ninja. Still feeling stuck? Enter temptation bundling, a brilliant trick created by behavioral economist Katie Milkman. You pair a task you should do with something you want to do. Like only watching your guilty pleasure TV show while doing laundry or only listening to your favorite podcast while going for a walk. This builds a psychological craving around the boring task, and suddenly folding socks feels like Netflix night. You are rewiring your brain to associate effort with pleasure. It is basically Pavlov, but with playlists and productivity. And now, let us introduce one of motivation's underrated power-ups, environment design. Your surroundings are not neutral. They are either quietly sabotaging you or sneakily supporting you. Want to eat healthier? Put fruit in sight and snacks in exile. Want to write that business plan? Create a workspace that screams, "I am the boss," instead of "I have given up." James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Translation: set the stage for success or prepare to binge videos of raccoons stealing sandwiches for 4 hours. Now, here is something wild. Your posture affects motivation. Sit like a soggy shrimp and your brain thinks it is nap time. Stand like a superhero and suddenly you are radiating confidence like you are about to deliver a TED Talk no one asked for. Amy Cuddy's research on power poses shows that standing tall can boost testosterone and lower cortisol, making you feel more motivated even if your to-do list looks like a cry for help. So, uncurl yourself from your couch burrito and assume the stance of victory. Still feeling like you have the energy of a depressed sloth? That is when you pull out the nuclear button, accountability. Tell someone your goal. Say it out loud. Post it. Declare it. Announce to your friend group chat that you will go to the gym or write that proposal. Suddenly, not doing it feels like public failure, and humans are wildly allergic to that. Even better, find an accountability partner. Someone who checks in and sends passive-aggressive reminders until you get stuff done. Bonus. Points if they are also trying to build a habit. Mutual nagging, the ultimate friendship test. And if all else fails, bribe yourself. No shame. Set a reward for finishing a task. Ice cream, a dance break, that weird online purchase you absolutely do not need but will 100% make your day. Rewards light up your brain's pleasure center, and when the brain gets used to working and winning, it starts craving the hustle. Like a Labrador that gets a treat every time it sits, you can condition your brain to associate effort with victory. So let us recap before your attention span goes on a coffee break. Motivation is not a unicorn. It is a system. It is dopamine-driven, action-fueled, and habit-supported. Start small, move fast. Trick your brain and build momentum like a snowball made of caffeine and to-do lists. Bundle boring stuff with fun stuff. Redesign your space. Strike a superhero pose and get loud with your goals. Your brain wants to win. You just need to show it how. No more waiting for inspiration to strike like a dramatic diva. Be the diva. Show up, show off. And shock your lazy neurons into greatness. Now, if you laughed, learned, or at least remembered to sit up straight, hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. Leave a comment below telling us your weirdest motivation trick, even if it involves motivational quotes from your toaster. This is EXQ. Quick, funny explanations, the only channel that makes science feel like your favorite meme and your favorite teacher had a baby. Stay curious, stay caffeinated, and remember, action beats excuses every single time. Catch you in the next episode, where brains meet biceps and facts are always funny.